sun. When it's gone, comes my black shadow, and I don't wanna lie, but sometimes it's all.
Last week I left you off here. And this week I'm framing out my internal walls and ceiling studs. Let's go.
Don't wanna fight. It feels right to let the darkness roll in like a dream. A sunbeam touches shadows. It's hard to be happy when everything is fine, 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 but something's missing. Sadness building. One more minute till it's gone. Show my mama loves me, and the house is full of friends. The world is made of ice cream. I can sing and play all day. I wanna feel the rain on my face. To smile through the tears is what makes me real.
Okay, all the wall studs are screwed in and level. Now let's move on to noggins.
The streets feel love. We mix with life. Ghost town blown down, and life shines back. Going past such a blast on a train.
Oh my gosh, finally the sun is coming out. I haven't seen it in like 3 days or something. Ah. And that is it. My first section of internal wall is complete. And I mean, hello, look at that. And now you can kind of get a sense of like how big the space is actually going to be, like with the rooms all in it as well, because before it did look like a big open space, but this is actually a very small house. It's 4 times less than the standard house in Oz. So that's just the house, not the decks, obviously. So being able to, see the rooms up kind of gives a bit of an idea of that. But if I don't close off this, kitchen and lounge and dining area, it is still quite open, which makes it look a lot bigger, and I like it. So, but as you can see, it only goes up to here. So that's what I need to do right now. I need to put the top track in along there. Now, the thing is, there's gonna be one top track that goes all the way for the ceilings up there, but then the one underneath it is only gonna be coming up to this post here, because that's where the room will end. And then that stairwell section is going to be open. So the top one will be about 4.5 meters. I'll grab that now, and then I'll need to measure the next part that's gonna go just up to the post and get that in. Then I can get these last few studs in right here. And then what I'll be able to do is get 2 ceiling studs in that are gonna close off these 2 rooms. So see where that bottom track is? I'll be able to get a ceiling stud up there, then another top track under the ceiling stud, and then same in this section here where the bathroom is being divided from the spare room. Oh my gosh, this is exciting. This is pretty bloody exciting. Like, holy shit. I can't wait to see, with these, the internal walls finished basically, because holy shit, game changer. Absolute game changer. And then I've basically just got the ceiling studs to do and the top tracks that are needed for them. But I'm just focusing on internal walls today. The bloody noggins though, I tell you, and little studs, that's what takes the longest. All those sections, because there's so many screws. Right, so let's go cut these top tracks, studs, more noggins, and then I can work on the last two internal wall sections. My system for installing these top tracks where there's no wall studs is a bit how's it going. There's no perfect clamp for the job, but we make do, don't we, team? So once I finish off the rest of this length of the wall, I can move on to installing some ceiling studs so I can get in these wall sections here and where I have no container frame to work with. It's gonna be its own little problem, I'm sure, but one small step at a time. Lovely, and then I'll get this part screwed in, and then it's two last walls. Ooh. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Looking bloody beautiful. It's first ceiling joist time! How exciting! Whew, okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm up to these internal wall parts where there's no container frame to work with. So instead I'm installing my ceiling stud and then another top track underneath it for the wall studs to go into. Then it's just wall studs as usual and noggins, of course. I remember at the start of my build, I mentioned how I couldn't wait to get to the timber part of the build, and someone commented that they predicted I was gonna fall in love with the steel work and become a little steel worker. At the time I was like, no way, I love the look of timber way more. But at this point in the build, I have to admit they were 100% spot on. As much as I love the look of timber, I much prefer working with steel. I'm not sure what it is, but I have truly fallen in love with working with it. The look, however, not so much. I've got everything cut for all my studs for the two internal walls, the last two internal walls. And I also have my ceiling stud cut for the one that I haven't done and the top track that's going there as well. So let's get them up. Let's do this, let's close it in. Hello, hello, from inside my spare bedroom. Where is my drills? Oh, they're behind me.
We're invincible.
is my last wall stud downstairs. This is my last wall stud downstairs. Oh my bloody God, guys, this is a moment. Take a picture. How good is that? What a moment. I've also realised that tiny last little bit of wall I didn't put bloody the 3 noggins in there that I need to do. So I still have those 3 noggins too. And I still have like 4, 5, 6 studs from last week that I forgot. I thought I'd finish those 2 walls and I'd forgot the little studs that go above and below the windows. So I've got those as well. But when I have all those and the noggins for here and there, that's it. That's bloody it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. All right, let's do this. Sun is out today, team, and I could not be more happier. Isn't it bloody lovely? I just needed to pour into this house now. All right, so I've got the noggins and the studs written on here that I need to cut, and we're just gonna make a nice big pile right here, like, there we go, nice big lovely pile. Let's get them over to the wall, studs, shall we? All right, now we're gonna take those noggins that we cut and we're just gonna install them right here. See, just like that. Next, then with the rest of our noggins, they're gonna go right here. Not bad, eh? And we're even gonna finish the last little studs that I missed last week. Simple as that. Right, now that all my noggins and my studs are literally done, let me give you a final look, of course. Welcome to my stairwell. They will be going in very shortly. And then welcome to my spare bedroom. This will be a hidden Murphy door, bookshelf probably. And then there will be a Murphy bed here, like in a cupboard type thing. Otherwise this will be free space for me to use. There will be a wardrobe, Narnia wardrobe here, and this is a secret door into my bathroom laundry. These won't really be divided, that's why there's no walls there. They'll kind of just be a partition type system. So I think my bathtub, shower head will go here. Probably a little towel rack situation over there. Then I'll have a toilet here, probably basin here. And then there'll be a little partition just before this door here. And this section will be the laundry with everything mostly over here up against the wall there. And then this will be my kitchen dining area. So I think my sink will be below that window there with like a wood fire oven here. And then possibly fridge here as well. And then I would love one of those old farmhouse table type things in the middle of the kitchen. But it will be movable, I reckon, on wheels. It'd be sick. And then like bench space, maybe seats possibly. And then hopefully, somehow, still don't know how I'm doing this, I will create a sunken lounge in this area by raising some of the floor. Not exactly sure how. I'm thinking the area in front of the door will kind of be like a Japanese mud area type thing where it's all tiled, and that'll be the same level obviously as the door, and then you'll step up maybe. I just don't know what to do yet with these little door sections. Like, do I then step down? Where's it going to be raised? Where's it not going to be raised? But yeah, I feel like the majority of the lounge, sunken lounge, will be around here. I also would love like a little seat storage situation under that window, I believe. And then, yeah, my spiral staircase will be going up there next to the dumbwaiter. And then I'm thinking like maybe bookshelves or just shelves type thing all around there. Now we can move on to the ceiling studs. Oh my. I'm hoping there's no hidden surprises here. I'm a little bit worried. I think I'm gonna get into some strife in the areas where there are walls. because they're all screwed in with those little, like the bottom top tracks are screwed into the top tracks, and that may cause me some strife. I'm hoping not, but it may do. Hopefully I can just shimmy them around and it'll be okay. But hopefully with these ones in the middle, it's not as big of a hassle, but it is gonna be a lot of cutting studs, a lot, like, a lot of cutting studs. So let's get these top tracks in, which again is not the easiest, but we will do what we have to do. This is a transformation, and I'm ready to even transform it even more with these ceiling studs. It's going to be insane. So hardest part first, getting these massive top tracks in. 1, 2, 3, 3 massive top tracks, and then 3 little pieces. Is that right? No. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 3. So 3 and 3. Let's do it. Okay, it's up there. Now I need to get it screwed. Oh, it's not all the way though, is it? Okay, so unfortunately, where these round posts are, the top track does not fit above it. So I actually had to cut it while it was up there, which was very not easy. So it is cut there now, so I won't be able to put a piece right there. So that sucks. Got it done though. But let's go, let's do it. Getting chilly again, but the sun's still out. Bloody beauty. I've got all my pieces for the top tracks cut and placed where they need to go. Now that means just getting them up. Okay, team, they are all up, all the top tracks. My golly. That means there is only one thing left to do, and you know what that is? Ceiling studs! This is either going to go very well and just be a quick, simple task with lots of screwing, of course, or it's going to be difficult. So it is getting quite late, so I'm going to pop little Miss Django away She's just been absolutely loving chilling in here all day. She's going to love this house so much, I can just tell her, which is really good because she gets really scared in the caravan because all the trees drop the gum nuts, or the birds eat the gum nuts and drop them from the trees onto the top of the caravan. But in here, there is no trees anywhere around because the area was cleared. So nothing falls like on the roof or anything here. The only thing that she is a little bit unsure of is the tarps, but definitely not as scared as the gum nuts. Hey, is that a big yawns? You want to go to the caravan? Yeah? So I'm going to pop her away now, and then I'm basically just going to measure, see how big these ceiling studs need to be, and just cut my little heart out. Ooh, pretty sunset. Oh, I can't wait to have this house done and just watch the gorgeous sunset. Look at it every day right there. It's just going to be absolutely incredible. You go in the caravan? You ready to go in the caravan? Yeah? You little kitty fucks. Alrighty. No. Where's your friend? Is he gone already? What are you doing, you little cheeky moose? You're just the cheekiest girl. Good morning, team. The sun is out again. I'm appreciating every second I get this week with the sun. It has been absolutely glamorous. I love it. I spent last night cutting my little heart out, and I've got quite a few ceiling studs down there. Not all of them, but I'm hoping enough for at least one of these containers filled, and then I will cut the rest today. So I'm going to pop these in now. I'm hoping they all fit and they all go in quite nicely. Let's get started because I'm guessing it's going to take a while. Yes. Alright, that's in nice. What I need to do is grab my square so I can make sure they're square on both ends. That's it. Okay. I'm excited because I didn't know how this was going to go. So to see that go in, not too hard at all, is a bloody win. That one's in. Okay, second start. Holy moly. I have ceiling joists in one of the container roofs, roof ceilings, whatever you want to call them. Look at them. Oh my gosh. 20, 21, 22. 22. I thought it was going to be around about 20. So, that means I need to cut another 44 ceiling joists. And that's if I don't have any little extra bits. Gosh, I need to get to cutting then because that is a lot. And the screwing them in takes forever. I'm so proud of this. I honestly cannot believe it. Look at all my ceiling studs. I need to get my bloody earphones in my ear, and just get to work. Oakley dokley, let's get up these middle ceiling studs and then move on to the last container. When you're building a traditional steel-framed house, it's usually important that the ceiling battens line up over the wall studs wherever possible. That's because the roof load is transferred down through the ceiling framing into the wall studs and then into the foundations. Keeping those loads aligned helps the structure carry weight efficiently. However, my container house is completely different. The shipping containers are already the structural frame of the house. Because of that, the internal light gauge steel framing I'm installing isn't supporting the roof or holding the house up at all. The job is simply to provide a straight framework to attach my wall sheeting to. That means I don't have to worry about lining my ceiling framing up directly above my wall stubs like you normally would in a conventional steel framed house, because the structural loads are being carried by the container and the steel I've added into it. Now, last week I was meant to speak to you about the material that I've chosen for my walls, which isn't your typical choice, but I ran out of time, so let's run through that now. I wanted to talk about this massive pile of supplies I've got here, and then I've also got some over here as well. Basically, I was in a bit of a conundrum with my walls and what material to use. I know a lot of people use drywall, but it's not very strong. It's not very strong at all. And I want to be hanging a lot of stuff on it, and also all the finishes I want to do is like clay plaster, like lots of different types of plaster basically, micro cement, all that kind of stuff, which you can put on drywall. Again though, it's not very strong. So then another option obviously is plywood. Plywood is a lot stronger, which is what I was thinking about doing. It's like a more obvious choice. However, because like I was just saying, I want to do a lot of plaster finishes, plaster doesn't stick onto plywood. So that would mean that I would have to do another layer basically of steel mesh, not crazy thick, but like, yeah, steel mesh basically, which is a lot more money, a lot more supplies, a lot more work. And I was like, I don't want to double up on jobs. I do not want to double up on jobs. And when you think about it too, like this is a container house. I am doing everything for condensation, like the XPS foam board insulation, all of that. But can I not add another layer of protection? And then so I was thinking about it and I was like, you know what would just be the greatest? Like that would make sense and would cover me in every single area. It's good for fires, it's good for termites, it's good for water, moisture. So installing this, I would literally have no problems with any of that stuff ever. It's strong and I can attach all my plaster directly onto it. So what I've decided, the material I've decided to use for the walls is cement fiberboard. Yeah, so basically that's only used in wet areas usually. But I was like, well, why don't I just do it around the entire house? It protects me from everything basically. And so that would mean I'm never going to have a problem with condensation. Like even if condensation was to form, I'm protecting all the steel walls. The XPS foam board can't get wet. And now I'm having cement fiberboard. I did a bit of research and I was like, this is such a smart option. This is such a smart option. So that's what I've got. Oh, the thing is though, it is ridiculously expensive usually. And so that's where I came to this big hurdle. So basically the cheapest way you can go when building a house is definitely your 2x4 timber, your drywall. So bloody cheap, but like not built for Australia. I mean, there is no one around here that has a house built like that. So it's definitely not commonly used around here. The main thing that is built with is bricks and steel, basically bricks and steel. But
obviously, yes, drywall is the cheapest option. Cement fiberboard, usually a lot more expensive, like a lot more expensive. I think you can get like the drywood, the walls, the panels for like $13 or something like that. And then the plywood moves up to about $55 or around 50, I think. Cement board for the same size panel moves up to $130 per panel. And so I was like, wow, that's going to be a problem. But then I was like, hang on a second. I've just bought cement fiberboard for my floors in the wet area. I was like, I did not pay that. I paid $50. I paid $50 a panel. And I was like, how? And it's a bigger panel too. It's 2,700 times 1,200. They're usually 2,400. And I was like, how did I do that? And it was from Marketplace. So basically I found a steel company on Marketplace who they must have bought it for something and they don't need it. They don't sell it there. And so it's brand new for $50 a sheet. And I got a few. So there was I got a lot. Sorry, I got a lot. So there was a discount. And yeah, so it just worked out perfectly. The crazy thing is though, that is heavy. I think it came in at 5.4 tons to go pick up that load. And then I also picked up the XPS foam board insulation at the same time too. I was carrying about 6 tons of materials. I hired a massive big truck to be able to do that. And then obviously my tiny house trailer as well. So some of the stuff was in the tray of the truck and then some was on the tiny house trailer. Luckily, a tiny house trailer, it's meant for a tiny house. So it can have a lot of weight on it. But it was a lot, it was a lot of bloody weight. And so, yeah, I've got it all here now. It didn't look like much materials, but it was so heavy, insanely heavy. And then I also picked up at the same time a new transmission for my Land Cruiser because that is why it has not been working. It needs a new bloody transmission, which is exactly what my bloody Deleca needed as well. So I am stoked with my choices. The only horrible thing is it's going to be heavy ass stuff to install, like extremely heavy. I've got a plywood lifter thing. It's apparently it can lift it. I've never used one before. So if you've used one, let me know, give me some tips because there is no way that I'm going to be able to lift these into place without mechanical help of some form because they're heavy sheets, heavy big sheets, heavy big flimsy sheets. So definitely one of the hardest jobs I'm going to have. But this house is built to last. Hey, this house is going to be so strong. So there you go, little update on the situation. I've been pretty excited about those walls. So it means, yeah, everything's going to be protected from all the elements, from all the little termite armies, and I can put my plaster directly onto it. So it's a win-win-win. The hardest point is just going to be install and getting it here, but I've already done that. So now install. Oh my God. And that is a bloody wrap. That is my last ceiling started in. Yes, 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 yes. No! I am so stoked right now. My entire downstairs area is completely framed out and it looks almost not like containers anymore. The containers are just disappearing by the bloody day. Oh my gosh. Can you believe this? 9 days of work has led to this. And it's a thing of beauty. It is a thing of bloody beauty. I could not be more proud of this. I'll give you a final look tomorrow and then I'm gonna have my celebration picnic with the dogs as well. And I'll clean up the space tonight so that I've got all the steel off the floor and stuff. And then next week I'm up there framing that out. And I've got all the tricks now, I've got all the tricks of the trade. I don't think it's going to be too hard. And then my framing will be complete next week. And then everything can basically happen. Obviously won't be able to put the walls on until the plumber and electrician has been. I'm seriously proud. This has got to be
the biggest transformation that I've done. Like, I don't know, like, along with the steel frame, I guess, for the decks and stuff and the roof, but like, this makes it look very house-like. I reckon the roof probably did too. But wow, wow. Is this the last time I'm going to be working with steel? Is it? Like after the upstairs framing? Gosh, it might be. It might be. That would be insane. I'll miss steel. Steel's been such a big part of my life now. And I've like really loved working with it too, which I didn't expect. I just did not think that would be the case. But I have loved every second of it. I'm going to get emotional. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Alright, I'll give you the final look tomorrow, and then that will be a wrap on the downstairs framing of my container house. And I'm bloody speechless. This is pulling on my heartstrings for sure. Oh, I wish all you guys could be here to celebrate with me. What a bloody moment. And a lot of you I know have been here every step of the journey, and I cannot thank you enough, because reading your comments every week just makes it so much easier to just continue on, and just gives me all that strength I need to get this all done, to build this magnificent home. And now I've got rooms. My house is taking shape. Oh, I cannot thank you guys enough. Thank you for being here, especially this week. I have had an absolutely amazing time sharing this journey with you. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me again, and I will see you next Sunday.
I've built castles in the sky. In my dream, somewhere deeper in my mind, is everything I've been searching for. And all this time, one blink catches my imagination, a universe in one place. I see the waves against the shore, I see an ever-open door, I see a home that's glowing warm through any weather. I'm watching galaxies collide, the moon and stars by candlelight. I see your face and know we can face them all together. So baby, I wanna look in those eyes forever. Oh, forever. They glow, they cry, they dance in the light. They burn, they fight. There's a storm and a fire in the sky.